Now we are doing few more examples based on the topic midpoint theorem and its applications. So here we have first question. First question is that triangle ABC is there and lines are drawn through A, B and C parallel to AC, parallel to BC and parallel to AB. It means QR parallel BC. It means given QR parallel BC and this PR parallel AB and this PQ parallel AC. This is given. These three things are given and we need to prove BC is half of QR. To prove BC is half of QR. Now this is quite simple. How it is simple? Look here. Proof. We know that BC is parallel to AQ. We can say this. BC is parallel to AQ because QR is parallel to BC. QR is parallel to BC. So BC is parallel to QA also. Similarly, you can say this is given part. Similarly, you can say that AC is parallel to BQ. This is also given. AC is parallel to BQ. So therefore we can say that QABC is a parallelogram. QACB is a parallelogram. QACB is a parallelogram. Similarly, we can say ARCB is a parallelogram. Similarly, AR will be parallel to BC, RC will be parallel to AB. So similarly, ARCB will be a parallelogram. So if this is a parallelogram, we can say from this first part, we can say BC will be equal to AQ. BC will be equal to AQ because opposite sides of parallelogram are equal, and from this ARCB we can say that BC is equal to AR. So BC is equal to AR and BC is equal to AQ. If you add these two equations, what we have twice of BC is equal to AQ plus AR. AQ plus AR, and from the figure we can see AQ plus AR is QR. So BC will be half of QR. So this part is proved. So BC is half of QR. Next, in this triangle ABC, it is right angled at B and we have to prove that PA equal to PB equal to half of AC, and given is that P is the midpoint of AC. Now proof. Before proof we have to do some construction. So we write down some construction. Construction will be join PB and draw PQ parallel BC. PQ parallel BC. Suppose this is PQ parallel to BC. This is a dotted line, okay? PQ parallel BC, and this is the PB joint, okay? Now if BC and PQ are parallel, this angle is given as 90 degrees. So this is also 90 degree because these are co-interior angles. Sum of co-interior is 180. So this is 90. So now we need to prove that PA and PB are equal. PA and PB are equal. Now consider these two triangles. In these two triangles, what we have? Now P, we know that P is mid of AC. It is given. It is given that P is mid of AC. So P is mid of AC. And by construction we know that PQ is parallel to BC, and by construction PQ parallel BC. So this is the midpoint and this line is parallel to this line. So by converse of midpoint theorem we can say that AQ will be equal to QB. From this midpoint theorem, converse of midpoint theorem, AQ will be equal to QB. Converse of midpoint states that if through a midpoint of one side of a triangle a line parallel to other side is constructed, then it will bisect the other side also. So AQ will be equal to QB. Now consider the triangles APQ, APQ, APQ and PBQ and PBQ. Now in these two triangles you have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. How? These two parts are equal, we have just proved. This angle is 90 degree given, so this is also 90 degree by linear pair, and this PQ side is common to both the triangles. From this, AQ is equal to QB we have proved. These two are 90 because this is 90 by linear pair, this will also be 90, and this line is common to both the triangles. So by SAS triangles will be congruent. So by SAS triangles will be congruent, and if triangles are congruent, by CPCT we can have PA equal to PB, and we know that if PA and PB are equal, we know that PA will be half of AC. Okay, so rest of the part you can do it yourself. Now by proof that these two triangles are congruent, we can get PA equal to PB, and PA is half of AC, so PB will also be half of AC. Okay, so now next we do, in next example it is given that P is midpoint of AB, P is mid of AB, Q is mid of DC, P is mid of AB and Q is mid of DC. Now we need to prove that AE will be equal to EF will be equal to FC. We need to prove this AE, EF and FC are equal. Now we are doing proof here. See, this is the midpoint P. Okay, P is the midpoint of AB and Q is the midpoint of DC. It is given. So in this, PB is half of AB, and also DQ is half of DC, and we also know that AB must be equal to CD because these are the sides of the opposite sides of the parallelogram. So opposite sides of the parallelogram are equal. So PB half of AB, DQ half of AC. These two are also equal. So therefore PB is equal to DQ, and we also know that PB is parallel to DQ. We know this because AB was parallel to CD. So therefore we can clearly see PBQD is a parallelogram. PBQD is a parallelogram. So PBQD is a parallelogram. Now come to this triangle AFB. Come to this triangle AFB. Now in this triangle AFB, what we have? We have P is mid of AB, and this PE will be parallel to FB. PE will be parallel to FB because DPBQ was a parallelogram. So if PE is parallel to FB, it means by converse of midpoint theorem, E will be midpoint of AF. E will be midpoint of AF. Similarly we have to see in triangle DCE. In triangle DCE, Q is midpoint of DC and QF is parallel to DE. Similarly we can say in triangle DCE, we can prove that F is mid of EC. So therefore we have AE equal to EF equal to FC. How? Because E is midpoint of AF, so it is AE is equal to EF. E is midpoint of AF means AE equal to EF, and from this F is midpoint of EC, so we have EF equal to FC. So EF, so AE, EF and FC are equal, so hence proved. Okay, we'll discuss some more examples, but I will give a hint about these because all of these are almost same. Now in this question, these are equal intercepts. Okay, we need to prove that this APPQ QC are same. We need to prove that these two intercepts are also same. So again we will apply the intercept theorem, because by intercept theorem we know that if there are more than two parallel lines, So if you can also make a construction here like this. There is a construction like this. So if this line is also parallel now, if they make equal intercept, then it will have equal intercept on the other side also. So these parts will be equal. Simple. By using intercept theorem we can do it. Now in this question again, it is given that AD is the median. AD is median. So therefore D is the midpoint of BC, first thing. And it is given that DE is parallel to AB. It is given that DE is parallel to AB. We need to prove AE is equal to EC. We need to prove AE is equal to EC. Only then BE will be median. Only then BE will be median. So now in this triangle ABC, you can see this is the midpoint. This line is parallel to this. So by converse of midpoint theorem, we can write down E as the midpoint of AC. Simple. Okay, next we have this AD is the median, so these two parts are equal, and E is the midpoint of AD, so these two parts are also equal. We need to prove that AF will be 1/3 of AC. We need to prove AF as 1/3 of AC. Now we have construction this DG parallel BF. Construction what we have done, DG parallel BF. We have done one construction. Now this is the midpoint, these two are parallel. Okay. Now first in triangle BFC you can apply converse of midpoint theorem. Why? Because this is the midpoint and these two are parallel. So G will be the midpoint of, G is midpoint of FC. G is the midpoint of FC. So therefore this part and this part are equal. So G is the midpoint of, so FG will be equal to GC. Okay. Now look at this triangle ADG triangle. Now E is the midpoint, these two are equal. So therefore AF is also equal to FG. By converse of midpoint theorem, this is the midpoint, these two lines are parallel. So by converse of midpoint theorem, AF will be equal to FG. So in which triangle? In triangle ADG, we can apply converse of midpoint theorem. So therefore we can have AF equal to FG. Okay. By converse of midpoint theorem, if AF equal to FG and here we have FG equal to GC, so therefore AF is equal to FG is equal to GC. These three parts are equal. So clearly if this part is X, this is X, this is X, so clearly we can see that 1/3 of AC will be AF. So hence proved. So these were few more examples. I hope you will like the video and thanks for watching. Now in this question, in this triangle ABC, PX, QY, RZ, ST are parallel to BC. PX, QY, RZ, ST and BC are parallel to each other, and it is given that these are also equal. AP, PQ, QR, RS, SB, these are equal intercept. This one, these are also equal, and we need to prove this. To prove these parts are equal and PX will be 1/5 of BC, QY will be 2/5 of BC and RZ will be like this. You have to prove. Now look at this. These lines are parallel to each other and these are equal intercept. So clearly by what we have learnt in equal intercept theorem, what we have learnt, if there are more than two parallel lines and a transversal makes equal intercept, then the other transversal will also make equal intercept. By equal intercept theorem, we can clearly say that AX, XY, YZ and ZT intercepts will be equal. They will be equal by equal intercept theorem. Okay. Now if these all are equal, we can also see that by construction we have drawn XX parallel to AB and YY parallel to AB. This is the construction which we have done. This is the construction. These line segments are parallel to AB. These line segments are parallel to AB. These line segments are parallel to AB. Now if forget these lines, now we know that AX, XY, YZ, ZT and TC are equal. These intercepts are equal, we have just proved. Now these are equal and these lines are parallel. These lines are parallel to each other and parallel to this line segment AB. So like in this case, similarly this AX, this line XX, YY, ZZ, they will have also equal intercept. They will have equal intercepts. Okay, why? Again by the same intercept theorem. We have applied intercept theorem by looking at the line AB. Now we will apply intercept theorem by looking at the line AC, and the intercept which it will make on BC will be equal. These are more than two parallel lines are there, and this is one transversal and this is the other transversal. So these parts must be equal. So BX, YZ, ZT and TC are equal. One more thing. Now we need to prove this. So for that, what we will say that this PXXB is a parallelogram. Why it is a parallelogram? Because PX was parallel to BC, and what we have done, XX is parallel to PB. So PXXB is a parallelogram. I draw the figure again here. Now we know we have proved that this X, this Y, this Z and this T, these are equal intercepts. So by again using that intercept theorem, if these lines are parallel to this line AB, it means if these intercepts are equal, these intercepts must always be equal. Clear? So this, what we call this capital X, capital Y, capital Z and capital T, small t, and this C. So these parts are also equal. Now if we join this PX, okay, now we know that PX is parallel to this BX and this BP is parallel to XX by construction. So therefore this is a parallelogram. So PX and BX are equal. PX is equal to BX. Again this length, if we join this QY and this BY, these two lines are parallel by construction, and also this and this part is also parallel by construction. So therefore QY is equal to BY by, as they are the opposite sides of the parallelogram. Similarly this part RZ will be equal to BZ. This part ST will be parallel and equal to BT. So they will be equal. And now we know that these three parts are equal. If this length is A, this length, this length, this length, these are A. So we can clearly say that BX will be A by 5 and BX is equal to PX, we have just proved. So therefore BX will be equal to PX and will be equal to A by 5. Okay. Similarly, we can prove that QY is equal to BY and that will be 2A by 5. Okay. 2/5 of BC. Okay, BC is A, we have considered all the parts as A. So what is BX? BX is representing 1/5 part of, not A, 1/5 part of BC. What PX, what QY is representing? 2/5 part of BC. And this was required to be proved. That will be 1/5 of BC or 2/5 of BC or 3/5 of BC. So in this way we can prove this. Okay. Now in this question it is given that ABCD is a trapezium and AB is parallel to CD and E is the midpoint of AD. These three things are given and we need to prove that EG will be half of AB plus CD, and we have done one construction also to prove this, that join AC. Now after joining AC in triangle ADC we can apply converse of midpoint theorem. How? Because E is the midpoint of AD and this line is parallel to this line. This is also given that EG is parallel to DC. So in given part EG is parallel to DC. This is also given. So by converse of midpoint theorem we can say that H is midpoint of AC. H is midpoint of AC. You have to write down all the conditions why you have applied converse of midpoint theorem, like E is midpoint of AD and EG parallel DC. So by converse of midpoint theorem, H is the midpoint of AC. If H is the midpoint of AC, and we can also say that EH will be parallel to DC and EH will be half of DC, because now we have proved that H is the midpoint. So if H is the midpoint, then EH is parallel to DC and EH will be half of DC. This is the first point. Similarly, we will go to triangle ABC. ABC, we know that H is the midpoint of AC. So, and this parallel line, this is parallel to this. HG is parallel to AB because AB and CD are parallel, and EH is parallel to CD. So EG is parallel to AB also. So in triangle ABC, we can say that AB is parallel to HG and H is midpoint of AC. So by converse of midpoint theorem, we can say G is midpoint of BC. G is midpoint of BC, and if G is the midpoint of BC, we can also say that HG will be equal to half of AB. We can also say that HG will be half of AB by these two results are by midpoint theorem. These two results are by, because we have proved this as midpoint, then we have applied the midpoint theorem. So now if we add them, EH plus HG, these two equations we are adding, 1 by 2 is common. So this is DC plus AB. DC plus AB, we need to prove DC plus AB, and here we have EH plus HG. Now in the figure, EH plus HG means EG. So therefore we have EG is equal to half of AB plus DC. This was to be proved. Okay. So thank you guys. I hope you will like the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you guys.